After months of teasing and widespread speculations, Kia has confirmed that the EV9 Concept will enter production and be sold in Europe later this year. This boxy SUV is expected to open the floodgates for the 11 electric vehicles Kia plans to launch between now and 2026. From the exterior to the interior and the purported engine performance, the EV9 Concept had us holding our breath. And now that the finished product is almost here, the anticipation is beginning to build up again. Join us in this video as we unveil all the necessary details about the Kia EV9. As part of our discussion, you'll also get to find out which features from the concept model will be present in the production variant. Stick around. This is the Kia EV9, an all-electric SUV that immediately stands out even among the crowd of automobiles, not just because of the aesthetics, but also because of all the extra perks that come with it. For one, it is expected to sit on the EGMP platform, but let's serve you some more interesting stuff first. With that said, the Kia EV9 has a super attractive exterior and we cannot help but appreciate it. You could see the carefully laid out rectangle and triangle dimensions edged into the exterior from back to front. We like that the automaker left out the grille for this one. There was no need to install one anyway because it's an electric-powered vehicle and doesn't need many cooling vents like gasoline-powered cars. However, some other carmakers would have decided to complicate things a bit more. Thankfully, Kia opted for a blunt, simplistic design instead. Things become a bit more complicated once we move on to the front lights. At first glance, it looks like a blank panel, but it's much more than that. Actually, it contains sophisticated LED lights that make different patterns according to the driver's preference. This has to be one of the coolest features of the Kia EV9. Let us know in the comment section if you agree. The retractable panoramic sunroof is worth checking out as well. There's also a fashionable aluminum splitter that's designed to minimize drag. Another very fascinating thing about the Kia EV9 is the solar panel, which is placed on top of the bonnet, very close to the windshield area. Apart from adding to the attraction of the car, this solar panel will help to recharge the batteries. It's not too much though. I mean, you cannot compare it with the usual recharge process, but it will definitely come in handy when you're far away from the charging stations. On top of the hood, you'll find the easily identifiable Kia logo, which has been increased by a few inches to match the size of the vehicle itself. Kia employed a minimalist design for the backside with the exception of the rear lights and tailgate. In general, the outlook of the EV9 mirrors the box-like shape and fancy trims of the Kia Soul. The only difference is that the Kia EV9 is a little bit more blunt and muscular on the edges. It contradicts the sharp, aerodynamic styling that most manufacturers adopt for their newest cars nowadays. Nonetheless, the EV9 will not be lacking in efficiency and aerodynamics, thanks to the great engineering and aero styling master plan that's been adopted by Kia and its engineers. In terms of size, the EV9 is quite large. Supersize sounds like the right adjective to use here. We could as well call the EV9 a futuristic and electrified Kia Telluride. This review would be incomplete without mentioning the giant 22-inch alloy wheels and elegant doors. We find the wheels exceptionally attractive, but then again there's a good chance it won't make it to production. Moving on now to the interior, the very first thing that grabs your attention apart from the serene cabin atmosphere is the 27-inch ultra-wide sleek infotainment screen which doubles as a digital driver display. This is quite big, even for a 7-seater luxurious SUV, but it has a tiny frame and blends perfectly into the dashboard area. It's probably only bettered by the display screen in the Mercedes EQS, which is mind-blowing by the way. But that's about it. If there was ever competition, you're not going to find many EV with a better infotainment setup than what you have in the Kia EV9. Additionally, most of the in-car features like climate control system and the rest can be, you will see as well that the headrest, steering wheel, and the entire dashboard is designed based on a specific theme. In a bid to maintain the highest eco-friendly manufacturing standards, the cabin is made from sustainable materials. For instance, the floor mats are carved out from recycled fishing nets, while the seats which are made from recycled water bottles. We also like that the cabin is designed to carry 3 rows of seats, which can accommodate up to 7 passengers. That's certainly not something you'll find in most EV SUVs nowadays. Meanwhile, the interior of this supersized SUV can be configured in 3 modes: active, pause, and enjoy. Active mode is exactly what it sounds like. It's designed basically for when you're on the move. In pause mode, The Kia EV9 is expected to turn the seats to create a cozy lounge-like atmosphere. And lastly, the Enjoy mode turns the third-row seats towards the tailgate, allowing you to soak in the bliss of your environment a bit more. It's advisable to hold your horses though, because we're not entirely sure these features will make it into production just yet. We hope they will though. Right before we talk about the range and price, if you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. The Kia EV9 runs on an 800 volts electrical system, similar to the setup in the EV6. As a result, we expect the Kia EV9 to have 2 electric motors, which means it will arrive in an all-wheel drive setup, although it will probably not be enough to match the 585 horsepower that the Kia EV6 GT delivers. We are quite confident that the standard model will exceed the 300 horsepower threshold, and the performance trim should do over 500 horsepower easily. That should be good enough to help this large boxy car drift from 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds. It could be more or less. It all depends on how the engineers at Kia want it. Furthermore, the EV9 will reportedly have a range of 300 miles and a maximum DC charging capacity of 350 kWh. It will also come with an 100 kWh battery pack that can be recharged from 10 to 80% between 20 to 30 minutes. Grand touring variants are not something that's synonymous with SUVs, but Kia is breaking this boundary by confirming that every car in the Kia EV series will have a GT trim. What does this mean? It simply means an all-new performance-oriented Kia EV9 will be introduced at some point. With this model, you'll get more power, efficiency, and plenty of other mind-blowing features. One of them could be the wireless EV charging being developed by the Hyundai Motor Group. It's relatively still a new technology within the automotive industry, but the good thing about Kia's version is that car owners will be able to install and use this technology in their homes. Imagine being able to power your microwave or TV with your car during a road trip. That's actually possible in today's world thanks to the vehicle-to-load function, popularly known as V2L. Some automakers like Mitsubishi have already adopted it. However, Kia is looking to try it out for the first time with the EV9 GT. What this technology basically does is that it allows you to power external electrical appliances using the battery from your car. Also, the Kia EV9 could also feature its sophisticated Level 3 self-driving tech called Auto Mode. Although it's not legal in Europe at the moment, regulations are expected to soften by 2025. Other perks include a smart glass and car cloud connectivity. We cannot categorically pinpoint how much Kia would charge for the EV9. What we do know is that the price will be determined by how many of these innovative concept features make it to production. But anything within the range of $60,000 to $80,000 would be fair. That's affordable for potential buyers in the North American market. But Kia says this large boxy SUV will first touch down in Europe before anywhere else. At a time when many car makers are prioritizing sleek aerodynamic designs, Kia has taken a different styling direction without sacrificing efficiency, comfort, and performance. But we don't know the type of reception it will get. Left for us, we would like to have all the concept features make it to production. Do you share the same sentiment? Let us know in the comment section. Be sure to check out our other videos